Hi friends, very good evening. So after a long time our wait is over. So we have taken up this series with one problem. We assumed there are two servers connected to each other. There is a medium is already established and they have the IP address. Both are having the connection but they are not communicating with each other. That is what our problem. And then we continued our discussion and we have discussed about TCP/IP communication. It's a kind of medium, it's a kind of protocols, and we have discussed about IP address, what is IPv4, what is IPv6, and then we went into protocols. There we have discussed a numerous number of protocols. Just I introduced you how this protocol suite is working in a different layers, and how this layer 1 is interacting with layer 2, layer 3, and henceforth. So all these stuffs are interlinked that we have discussed. Finally, we came to a conclusion and we came to an answer that is we have been waiting for. Why these two servers are not able to make the communication, especially ping. We are not getting echo replay from one server to another server. Okay, so today I'll be providing you the solution why it is happening, where it is getting blocked. Of course, our motto is to discuss technical concepts, not direct solution. That is how we have started, right? So let's start our journey. Today's lecture, I'll be explaining you where our solution is giving a lot of technical things. We will be discussing configuring networking properties, where we will be discussing networking and sharing center, and we also discuss about network connection. I'll be telling you in the next chapter. That's why I did not give you any bullet points. When it comes to the networking and sharing center, there are a lot many things we need to discuss. What is a network location? So is it a public network, private network, or domain network? And firewall restrictions we will be seeing in this lecture. And what is network map, file sharing, public folder sharing, printer sharing, network discovery. This is our goal. These are the networking stuff that we are going to learn today session. Fine, let's start our journey, guys. So this is our two servers. This is a server 1 and this is having IP address 169.254.236 and 62. I'm copying this. I'm going to the second server and trying to ping that server. Okay, ping. So this is not happening, and at the same time we already checked this is all vice versa is also not happening. So before going into the discussion, I told you there are some technical concepts behind it. Let's go and check. So in today's session there are two major areas we need to know. One is networking and sharing center. First one is networking and sharing center. So how can I log into that? So go to a start button, click on control panel, and you will be seeing all the networking related stuff, hardware related stuff, programs, user account, all the stuff. Out of which you click on network and internet. In this you click on network and sharing center. This is our cup of tea. This is what we are trying to understand. So networking sharing center you can open in this way. There is one more way you can open the same prompt. Go to your taskbar where you just click on this network icon. You will see open networking and sharing center. This is also takes you to the same prompt. In this prompt you have so much stuff to learn, so much stuff to understand. This is the prompt where exactly you can enable the ping. That's why I keep stressing why we are discussing here. In this single prompt you can enable the ping. so that other server can ping this server, and you have to do the same thing in another server so that both servers will ping each other. And I also told you about the second stuff. What is the second stuff? There are two major areas that I told you. The first major area is a networking and sharing center. I have opened and shown you the prompt. Second one is a networking connection. Networking connection we will be discussing in later chapter, but just as of now you just keep it in your mind, networking connection. So this network connection, how can I open that? Same thing, just click on change adapter settings. You can see network connection in your UNC path. Also you can see network connection. This is where you will find your network adapter. I already introduced you this. There is one more way you can open this. Let me show you that way. You type ncpa.cpl. This is also will open the same window. So these are the two different areas, but both are related to networking only. So in today's session we will be focusing on networking and sharing center. Let's discuss all the stuff related networking and sharing center. In networking and sharing center, okay, basically you can see view your basic network information and setup connection, where you can see a map. We call this as a network map. Okay, and second one, we can see change advanced sharing settings. If you click on this, guys, you can see network profiles. You can see network profiles. So here you can see home or work and public and current profile. Apart from this, you can also see other stuff, like you can see a network discovery, you can see file and printer sharing, you can see public sharing, and another one should be password protection sharing. This is a different these are all different options you need to configure for perfect networking. Okay, so let's take a headline. So now we will be discussing about network location. So this is a network location. There are three different things are there inside the network location. First one is a public network. First one is public network. Second one is a private network. Third one is a domain network. So we know in yesterday's lecture also we discussed those two computers are not connected to any domain. Okay, so those are standalone servers. Let me go to my computer. I'll open networking and sharing center. Okay, I'll just show you here. Just click on public network. How many options you can see? There are three options you can see. One is a home network. Home network in the sense this is nothing but a private network. So you will be connected to only your network. So you will not have the internet access, like only you can interact with another computer which is having private network. So there will not be any internet access, only internal access you will be choosing private network. Work network, this is domain network location. What does it mean? Whenever you choose domain network profile, which means you are connected to some organization, you are connected to some infrastructure, you are part of the domain, you are part of certain forest, so that is controlled by Active Directory, that is controlled by group policy. Third one is a public network. Public network is having internet access, so you have visibility to internet, you can Google, you can browse all those stuff. So these are the three network locations that you can map. So if right now whatever the profile that I have in my Windows 2008 server, 8 R2 server, I'll show you, that is a public network. Okay, so here if you see home or work comes under one profile, I told you it's a private and domain comes under one profile, and public comes under other profile. In the bracket, it is mentioned as a current profile, which means this particular computer is connected to public network. Connected to public network. Let me open it. Okay. So here you can see three options: network discovery, file and printer sharing, and public folder sharing, out of which I'm going to focus on file and printer sharing. Guys, this is one is the culprit which is blocking our ping. This is the point where we have been looking from last three lectures. So I this particular file and printer sharing I'll turn on. Before turn on, let me check whether ping is happening or not. We already checked, right? Let me do one more time. Whether am I able to ping that server? No, this is not happening. Let me go to server 1. Let me do the same thing one more time. No, this is not happening. So what I'll do, as I said, I'm going to enable this file and printer sharing. I'm going to enable, turn on file and printer sharing and save changes. Okay, now let me go to here. I'll do the same thing. I'll go to networking and sharing center. I'll choose my network profile, which is a current profile, and I'll turn on file and sharing center. Just save the changes. Okay, once you save the changes, let's see what happens. Oh, done. This is what we are looking for. We have been looking for this. So you see very clearly, after enabling file and print sharing, it is started communicating with two servers. So what is happening behind the screen? Whenever you click on that particular option, what is happening? Let's discuss that. So let me go to my diagram. I have a computer here. I have opened the CMD, and inside this particular computer we have software firewall, and this computer is having some NIC card. This NIC card is connected to the switch, and the switch is connected to the router, and router again connected to the switch, and switch is connected to again NIC card, and NIC card, and again it goes to firewall, and then it is going to CMD. So guys, whenever you come here, you type some ping, some 169.254 some x.y over here. Okay, so what happens? So this communication is getting blocked in the firewall. That is what happening. So you try from here also the same thing. Whenever you try ping from here, it is getting blocked in firewall. So whenever you click on file and print sharing, this firewall rule will get enabled. That is the reason. So what happens? So you have a proper communication, in complete communication you have. So like you have a NIC card to switch, you have switch, you have switch to router communication, again you have router to switch communication, and switch to again NIC card communication. But whenever it goes to the NIC card to the firewall is blocking that communication. That is what the point that we need to understand from our discussion. So inside the firewall, what we are doing is we are opening the port. Okay, opening the port. This port is allowing ICMP protocol communication, so that you will be able to ping. So that will make our communication. So that is what the technically what is happening behind the screen. Okay, now let's see whether really a firewall rule is getting created or not. We will be checking that point. Okay, so what I'll be doing, I'll go to a server 1 and I'll see. Okay, open networking and sharing center. here Windows firewall is there. So I told you how many different profiles we are having. We have a domain profile, we have private, we have home network. So indirectly we can say public, private, domain. These are three different profiles we have. So whenever I have clicked on file and print sharing, it is enabling firewall rule. So which protocol it is enabling? It is enabling ICMP communication. Let's go to firewall. I'll click on advanced settings and I'll just check inbound rule. I'll check inbound rule. I'll go to file and print sharing. Okay, I'll go to file and print sharing. Guys, where is my file and print sharing? Just I'm checking. Give me a moment. Let's open this and see. Okay, cool. So see, there are four different stuff is there. So when it comes to the four, out of which two are IPv4, two are other two are related to IPv6. These are allowing echo requests. Echo request is nothing but ping request. So allowing ICMP and ICMP. Out of these two, one profile is a domain and private. We discussed, right? Home or work group. Okay, and other one is a public. So right now my computer profile is public profile. Okay, where did we see this? So we went to open a networking sharing center and we have seen this is only the NIC card, which is a network adapter one I have, and which is a public network. And not only that, if you come here, I have the two profiles, out of which public is a current profile. So I am blocking ICMP version 4, IPv4. That is why I am choosing public profile network where it is enabled. Okay, let me block this so that I'll be understanding whether this rule is getting enabled or not. Right now you focus, this is enabled, it is saying yes and it is showing a green mark. So now what I'll do, I will disable file and print sharing to see whether the firewall rule is getting blocked or not. So I'm going to advanced setting, so turn off file and print sharing, and I'm doing save changes. So let me close and refresh it. This S should become no. Then what should happen? Then ping should be disabled. Ping is related to ICMP protocol, right? Let me refresh. Superb. Can you clearly see? Yes. So whenever you click on file and print disable, so it is going to disable the firewall port, so it will block the communication. So let me go to the server 2 and let me check whether it is getting blocked. Yes, you can clearly see before it was pinging, so it was giving echo replay, but right now it is not giving any replay because it is getting blocked. Let me do the same thing from other side and let's check whether this is happening or not. So right now I'm pinging server 2 from server 1, and let me click on that file and print sharing to see whether this particular port is getting disabled and enabled or not. So I'm doing firewall off. Let me go back and check. See, immediately it started stopping that request. So all ICMP is getting blocked. So this was a technical concept behind in it. Hope it gave you a little bit of technical understanding what is happening there. So after you allow file and print sharing, firewall rule is enabled, and then you are able to ping this both servers. Right now in our diagram I introduced a router externally, but we do not have any router and we do not have any switch. Directly we have NIC to NIC communication, but this is like you think this is just a communication purpose. I have given you just that way, but right now in general this is how the communication happens. And also you remember, router will never do the broadcasting. I repeat this because in upcoming lectures I'll tell you why it is blocking, what is meant by broadcast, multicast. those kind of stuff I'll be telling you. Okay, now we have answered our problem successfully, but one more thing is still pending. What is that? APIPA address. Okay, so though we have APIPA address assigned to our computers, still we are able to make the communication between them. Of course it's an IP address, but remember one point: APIPA address will never use it for the communication purpose. Only within that particular subnet it works. Basically this APIPA address is for temporary purpose. When there is no DHCP server available in your network, the people that address will be assigned by operating system automatically. So that address is nothing but APIPA address. So I'll try to show you from where we are getting this APIPA address. So you remember where we are configuring IP address. I told you you need to open ncpa.cpl. Here if you open the network adapter properties, if you go inside the network adapter properties, you go IPv4, you see we are asking our computer system to get IP address automatically. We are seeking help, please give me an IP address. But whenever you are asking an help, you should have somebody who is helping you. That is nothing but DHCP server, but we don't have any DHCP server. That is why so we are getting automatic private IP address. This is APIPA address. So automatic private IP address is a temporary address which is assigned by operating system. That is what the point. When you have the DHCP server in your network, then you will not get APIPA address. You will get a correct IP address from your DHCP server. However, we will be discussing in this kind of stuff in our next lecture when we are talking about networking connection, where we will be discussing about IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS servers and DHCP servers, and also other concepts. So that is where we will be discussing about this. Let me go and finish the remaining stuff that is not really high important, but let me give you some brief discussion about them so that you will be understanding. So other stuff, if you click on network discovery, so what this happens is your computer will be visible over the network. Okay, I'll tell you later how when to use this particular option. And public folder sharing, whenever you click on turn on public folder sharing, what it does. Okay, so let me turn off first and then you will be able to make a point. Okay, so right now what happened, I have turned off public folder sharing. Where this public folder is available, you go to your computer, open the C drive, open the users. Here you have the public. Okay, I want to access some shared folder, whatever is there in this particular computer. So I'll try to access this computer. I see there is one folder is already shared, and this folder is automatically shared by this option. You see, public. If you disable this, then this entire folder will not be visible to anybody. Let me go back to that option. So I will disable public folder sharing, then only one folder you can see. So turn on sharing public, save changes. Okay, just give me a moment, let me refresh. I guess that will disappear. Okay, I will continue our lecture in the next chapter. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.